We've known Molly for about 26 years. Our first son was adopted, and Molly helped us through the follow-up on him, and she also encouraged us to join adoption support groups.
Throughout the years, especially in terms of adoption, Molly, that's her heart and her desire to help and support families in that area, and just community-wide to help get the word out of how valuable adoption is.
She was always very professional, very helpful. Any questions we had, she was always there, very supportive.
It's a subtle gentleness about her in terms of her love for our fellow human beings, and that she genuinely cares.
I've always just felt that Molly was always there as a support person for us when we had questions, or we were very new to the adoption process, so she helped calm our fears a lot.
It's been an interesting journey. As much as I've worked at Lutheran Family for into my 28th year, life started with Lutheran Family when I was 7 years old. I lived with my sister and two brothers in the children's home on DePere Street in St. Louis from the age of 7 to age 11. And then we were placed, and I always say I was transplanted into Southeast Missouri through adoption. Actually, my husband went to a meeting that Lutheran Family was having at St. Andrew Lutheran Church here in Cape, and I went to a meeting that was going on at our church in St. Paul Jackson. And when he came home from his meeting, he said, they are looking for some part-time workers at Lutheran Family. And at that time, I was at home with our first son that we adopted. We had lost a son through death, an accident when he was 4 years old, and adopted 3 years later. And so I was home with 5 years with that first son, Ryan, and looking for some part-time work as he was going to start kindergarten. So I applied for the job, and I got it. So that started my journey with Lutheran Family and Children's Services.
Originally, I guess, when they were really young is when do you start telling them that they're adopted, and we were always very open with our children. And she helped guide us through that process as well.
My children are also adopted, so helping them process their adoptions. They were placed with us as infants, and their mothers made a choice to place them for adoption, to have ongoing communication through letters through the years. I think has made it a really good process for them.
I really am impressed with her gentle Christian nature. I think she has a very generous, kind heart, and real genuine concern for people. And I think that comes through in my association with her, that's a really strong strength.
I just think her openness, and she's so friendly and so easy to access and talk to. She started out as a caseworker and turned into a friend.
I think there just comes a time in life when you need to stop and smell the roses. Being a director of an agency, you often work 50, if not 60 hours a week, sometimes on Saturdays and Sundays. And being a Christian agency, we go into churches periodically and have an LFCS Sunday, so your morning is spent working as well. But I think I haven't been as involved with other activities that I'd like to outside, like I was when I was younger, and had to let go of when I became director. So it's really, I want to travel some. We have a son that lives in Connecticut and a grandson that's in Connecticut. So to take time to enjoy life, but sort of at a slower pace.